Paula here. How you doing? I hope you're all doing well. And if you're not, I've brought you a very relaxing video and a very satisfying one. Well, at least it is for me. And I'm guessing if you're here, maybe you and me have the same taste. So I think you'll like this one. Grab your coffee or a cup of tea and come with me through a gel plate printing session I made a few days ago. I'm preparing some collage papers and I was missing my gel plate. I don't get to play with it very often. So that day was the day, and I want to share that with you. And on this session, I started by making a tool for printing. It's a really easy DIY that you can make easily with some thread and a paper towel roll. You just glue the thread. You can do it like this, keeping it leveled, like in a parallel way, so it will make clear stripes when you roll it on your plate. Or you can just glue them however you feel like, and it will make nice patterns as well. I'll be doing that in the future for sure, but now I just wanted to get these straight lines out of it, so that's what I did. And then I started printing. Well, I didn't start so well because I chose a fairly light color and it doesn't make any contrast. So I'll be printing something on top of that later. And there I am, making those straight lines. You'll see how good they look in the end. They remind me of a forest or something, trunks of trees. It's really pretty. And with this darker color, it stands out much more. So let's see how it ended up looking. I printed on top of the previous print. I never tried to use tissue paper on collages, but I've been seeing other artists use it, and basically the white of the paper disappears with the glue and becomes transparent, fully transparent, which it's a great effect that I want to use in my collages. So I'm using it for these prints. You can see that I use a lot of things that you get around the house, really, like plastic bubbles. I don't know how you call it, but that makes a really fun pattern. And I'm just going with my acrylic colors with no pre-made plan. In this one, I lift off the remains of the other print that were still on my plate. It gives a lighter effect, but a subtle one that might come in handy for a collage. And now I'm going for the blue, this really strong blue that I love. I used a little bit of plastic from cookie packaging or something. I'm really always on the lookout for fun patterns in my packages, especially these plastic ones because they really last long, and I'm experimenting with them to give texture to my prints. And then here you see me cleaning my roll in a magazine. Well, as you saw already in this channel, probably, I have a lot of mixed media sketchbooks or art books that I make with old magazines or books and leftover paints. And this is no different. I have to clean my roll after using it on the gel plate. So why waste this paint that's still on the brayer? You can use it. You can give it a second life. And that's what I'm doing here, putting it into the pages of a magazine. And you'll see in the end how my pages ended up looking. And that will give me great texture to play with it. Paint on top of it or the collage on it. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll do something, that's for sure. This very fun pattern with that grid of squares, it's also from packaging, that's really, really neat. I really love this one. And as you can see, my plate has a lot of remains in it. I try never to waste it. I try to lift it off with the next print. And sometimes I get these very subtle patterns, but other times I got these really, really lovely textures like this one. I'm in love with this one. Look how cool it looks. That's amazing. That's really a winner for me. And now another one of my favorites. I use this little bit of net. I don't know what this is, how you call it, but it gives me this really lovely thin net effect, and that shows so well on the paper. You'll see it in a minute. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. And look at my plate right now. Look at all those lines that are still remaining in there. I'll try and pick it up now. When I want to lift this remaining paint from my gel plate, I have to wait a little bit for it to dry. Otherwise, if I lift my paper right after I put it down, the paints may not have stick together yet, so it might not come up. So I have to wait a little bit for it to dry, and then I'll pick it up, and that gives it the gorgeous effect that I'm after. Here I am with the bubble wrap again. I really love the pattern. It prints. Once again, I'm using a fairly light color and a fairly transparent one, so it won't show too much. And here my paper has already been printed before from other session. I wasn't in love with it, so I tried to put something on top of it to make it a little bit better. But I'm still not happy with it. Maybe I'll try something on top of it later. And these colors mixed together, it reminds me of those ice creams where you mix the flavors, chocolate and vanilla and strawberry. Yummy. That is part of the sensory experience, you get when you're gel printing. I really love it. Here I'm using the plastic from a package again, and I printed it on my plate and then after on the back side of my paper. So I got two patterns in there to choose from when I'm going to collage. another one, second print. That this was all on my plate still. And here I'm using some peel packaging to try if it works, because I've never tried with it. I've been collecting it for some time now, and I'm playing around with it to see how this works. And I liked it. I like the print that came out of it, but it's still a bit poor, I'm guessing. So I'm printing again on top of it. Here you see me using some cardboard from an egg package, and then this net is from some Babybel cheese, I think. And then look how pretty it is. I'm also in love with this one. That's for sure one of my favorites from this whole session. Oh, now there it is, on top of the other print that I pulled off from those Peels packagings. And now another color. Oh, these are leaves from artificial plants. I used them before and I really like the effect that I got from them. There I put my net on top of it again, and there you see my first print. I take it off and then I'll try and pull another one. While it dries a little bit, I'm using the paint that I had on the leaves to stamp it on another paper, but it didn't print too well. But this one is nice, isn't it? You can see a little bit of the leaves and the grid from the net. It's quite nice textures. I love it. Another one. Let's see what I did with this one. I don't remember. I'm watching it again to comment on it for you guys. Again, the net. I love the effect it gives. Oh, that's pretty. I love this one. This is really a dark one, high contrast. I love it. Then I take off the net and I try and pull the paint that is still on the plate, which is a lot still, and you give these grungy textures. One more time. Real lovely. Now there's still a lot on my plate, so I go with this light pink to try and pick it up. And I use the net again. There I'm using the one that I printed before with the leaves. And it gave this effect. It's quite nice paper. Again, not my favorite, but I like it. And then one last print to try and pick up what was still left on my plate. Not much, as you can see, but it gives this subtle texture that might come in handy. And now you see an old agenda of mine that I'm using as a sketchbook. I painted some leftover paints on this page, and that's where I'm meaning to make my collage with these papers. You can see here some papers that I've used before in gel printing experiments, and the ones that I made today, which are all of these lovely patterns, lovely textures, lovely colors. I won't be showing you the collage in this video because I haven't made it yet. I have to find the time for it. I'm sorry. But probably my next video will be showing what I made out of these papers. Some of them I might not use because there are a lot of them, and there are some of them that I'm not fully happy with yet, so I might be printing on top of them again in another session. So I don't really have a plan right now, as you can see. I'll have to take a look at it more carefully. to find out what I want to collage with them. But right now I'm really into these kind of abstract landscapes, and that's probably what I'll be attempting with this collage. Oh, this one you didn't see me printing. That's another experiment that I didn't show you today. That was from another day where I used graphite on my gel plate to print with, and I really love it. So I'll probably be doing that in another video for you guys to see. If you never tested it, it works really well, so you might want to do that. But I'll be sure to make another video for you on that technique, because gel plate printing is really a world of experiments. It's really a fantastic medium. You can use so many techniques on it, so many different techniques. And for me, which get bored with the same techniques if I use it too much, well, even just a little bit, you know, I get bored really easily. Well, this is perfect for me because I can use so many different techniques with it. I've got some lovely colors here and patterns, as you can see, that will be brilliant for a landscape. And here I'm showing you some other papers that I did on another session, and they're here on my stash of papers. Some of them are landscapes in the making already, so I will not be cutting those. I'll probably be collaging a little bit on top of it or printing more on top of it. And that would be my underground paint for the landscapes. Some of these papers, I don't know whether I'll use them on their front side or on the back, because they look lovely both ways. Oh, and there it is. My magazine is looking like this. Look at these lovely colors and textures. Very grungy looking. I love it. This one has this rusty color mixed with this green and a little bit of blue, dark blue peeking through underneath. It's really lovely. A lovely background for a collage. This one, it's a little bit darker, but it has some potential, I think. This one again, very gray looking, but it has potential. This has already a lot of texture. I'm in love with it. Look at this. Well, you know that I'm in love with something when I'll show you up close. And there it is, all these grungy looking textures. Oh, I'm in love with it. This has a lovely color. I love these teals and blues, so I mix these blues with yellows and they mix together on here. And maybe I'll do an under the sea collage or something. I don't know. It's really lovely. one more, another blue one. Yes, another pretty one. So many texture. And some of the text from the magazine is peeking through, I don't mind. If I collage something on top of it, some of the text will disappear. So a little bit of the text is really welcome to show in the collage. And there you go. That's all I got to show you on this video. Well, here I am again. I hope you liked it. Wasn't it relaxing? I mean, for me, the gel printing process is a very relaxing and satisfying one. I can't get enough of it. I don't do it more often because I don't have the time for it. You know, because there's so much fun and I enjoy it so much that I don't want to stop. So I just do it when I have the time to experiment on it. You know, I love experimenting stuff. And if you're like that, you like crazy experiments. Well, in this case, art-related ones. You'll have plenty of videos here in my channel. Maybe I'll link a few of them for you to see on the description. And now it's time to say goodbye. If you like this, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, click the bell, share this with your friends. Help me grow this channel. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. So until my next video, bye-bye.